Welcome to the Cozweek Readathon. And so the Cozweek Readathon officially starts tomorrow, but I posted my video today in case you had forgotten, and also to give you some ideas on books for each of the categories that Courtney picked out. Now, if you've never heard of Cozweek, it's fun, it's fabulous, and it happens every year in the summer, and that's because it coincides with Courtney's birthday. So 3 things you want to do next. 1, you want to head over to Courtney's channel, make sure to watch her original video that had the guidelines and all of her great book suggestions. 2, wish Courtney a happy birthday, which is actually this Tuesday, but it's okay to wish her a birthday early so you don't forget. And then 3rd, make sure to post your Cozweek selections inside the Cozy Escape book club. And if you're not a member of the book club, why not? Go ahead and join. It's free, it's fun, it's virtual, and I will leave the link below. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa, author of the Frosted Misfortunes Cozy Mystery Series starring my own little kitty cat, Lucky. On this channel, we talk all about mysteries, whether those are books, TV shows, or movies. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Tuesday or today because it is a special day. It is the day before Cozweek. Now, just to be clear, it was super laid back and really very much like, her reading challenge says this or that, so you're supposed to pick one or the other. But if you don't know, I have a trouble limiting myself to just one thing. Plus I had FOMO. I was like, oh, I picked this, but I really wanted to do the that challenge as well. So I've gone ahead and I've chosen 8 things. I've done every single challenge on the Cozweek Readathon. So we're going to go through all 8 of those suggestions. So the first one is a book that makes you feel cozy. And what makes me feel cozy is dessert. And my favorite dessert is ice cream. And I don't know if anyone remembers, but total side story, Jesse and I used to do these ice cream socials on my other channel, on the Lisa London romance channel, with romance authors, and we would say, bring your ice cream, we'll chat and eat. It was a huge logistical nightmare because Jesse and I didn't really think out the fact that ice cream has to be cold, right? So it's not like bringing cupcakes or cookies or brownies or something else to a party. We would go after work, pick up our ice cream, drive it, and then by the time we drove it home, it's half melted. We'd put it in the freezer. That's still not enough time before we started our ice cream socials to get it frozen again. So basically, most of the time, I think we just had ice cream soup. It just didn't, we'd tried to plan ahead of time, but sometimes we'd forget and we try to extra freeze it. Yeah, it just wasn't, ice cream socials are just not a thing. You have to actually meet at the ice cream shop together at the same time for ice cream socials to be a thing. Anyways, yeah, and I even had a party once at a romance writers conference, and I had hosted it, and I was like, it's going to be an ice cream social. By the time people, it was so popular, and by the time people made it through the line, the ice cream was melted. So ice cream parties, not a good idea. Anyways, moving on. What am I doing? I bought ice cream recipe books. So I'm so glad this came up as a suggestion because I have been getting random ice cream recipes from the internet. And if you didn't know, I can't have processed sugar. So, I can, but just in really small amounts because it kind of makes me sick if I eat too much. And I don't know if it's because it's too much sugar for my system. I'm not diabetic or anything. I don't know why sugar just negatively affects my stomach. So anyway, so I noticed that if I eat things that are made with honey or baked with honey or maple syrup or something natural like that, or coconut sugar, it's not as bad and I can have it in a regular quantity versus if I have just stuff straight from the store. So I invested in an ice cream maker and I've been making my own ice cream with honey. I bought 2 books. I got Alton Straw book, and I also got the Ben & Jerry ice cream recipe book. Now, I would love it if Cold Stone Creamery, which is my absolute favorite ice cream, had their own recipe book, but they don't. They don't even publish recipes on their internet. It's probably because it's a franchise. And then the same thing with Dairy Queen. Couldn't find any recipes there either. So those are my books that make me feel cozy. And I know that was a long explanation and story. I will try to pick up the pace for the other ones. The next one is a book that makes you feel a thrill. So I accidentally read number 6 in the Veronica Speedwell Mysteries by Deanna Raybourn, and I absolutely loved it. However, I'm going to go back and read book number 1 in that series for this week's readathon, which is A Curious Beginning. And then I'll probably continue the series because I really like those books. The next one is a book you drink with tea. And if you did not know, to me that means a tea cozy mystery. I am a big tea drinker. I order tea all the time. And for me, I've read 6 or 7 different cozy mystery tea like series. And I don't know why. Like, you'd think like it would be perfect for me, but they're all kind of like boring. They're a little too stouty. Is that even a word? I think I just made up a word that's not really a word. Stuffy, I think is what I'm trying to say. And they just didn't give me like the warm fuzzies. But there is one series I do love. It's the Tearoom Mysteries, and it is a Christian tea cozy, which I didn't even know there was such a thing as Christian cozy mysteries. There probably aren't. It's just this group of this like religious organization that has commissioned these different authors, and they're not even cozy mystery authors, they're just random authors, to write these like tea mysteries about this tea room. It's about these two older ladies that are cousins, and they open up their own tea room because they're empty nesters and both their husbands have passed away. And so it's just really cute, and I love it. So I'm going to read the next book in that series. The next one is A Book You Drink with Coffee, and I actually don't drink coffee, so I thought about skipping this. However, I found a little loophole that kind of satisfies everything. One, there is a coffee mystery series, but the next book in the series happens to be about tea. So I really like the Cape Bay Cafe Mysteries by Harper. I read the first book, and mostly because she is someone who cares about animals, which is the most important part of a book for me. But the second one in the series is Tea, Tiramisu, and Tough Guys. So it's technically a coffee mystery, but the second book is focusing on tea. See how I work that in there? The next book is a book in your favorite genre, and my favorite genre is, surprise, surprise, cozy mysteries. So I've been really wanting to read The Long Quiche Goodbye by Avery Aames for a while. I'm on the wait list at the library. It just hasn't come up yet, and this is a cheese shop mystery series. So this is the first book, and I absolutely love cheese shops. And for whatever reason, the culinary scene in San Diego just doesn't have any good ones, but I do miss all of my cheese shops in New York and Chicago. They were absolutely amazing. So super excited to read this book. The next one is a book outside your comfort zone. And I don't know why, like outer space movies where there's like only one or two characters totally freak me out. So I saw that movie Moon, which had Kevin Spacey as the voice of the computer, and then this random guy as like the only person in the movie. It was super like creepy, but it was so good. Like I don't want to give it. It's one of those things where if I told you what it's about, it would completely give it away. And then the second the second movie was Stowaway, which I saw recently on Netflix. Same thing. There were only 3 characters in it. Totally freaked me out. Versus like regular space movies like Star Trek, I think is awesome. Star Wars, right? Like those are like adventure space movies, where these are just kind of like very intense horror, almost kind of sci-fi. So Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. It's sci-fi. It's about a guy who's the only survivor out in space, and I suspect it's probably the same thing as like those other two. Anyways, Courtney was saying it was amazing and she loved it, and it was the same thing where she was like, I can't really tell you anything about it because that would give it away. So that is a book that is definitely outside my comfort zone. In fact, I didn't even watch the last 2 like loner space movies. It was Gravity with Sandra Bullock and Interstellar with Matt Damon. I just passed on those because I was like, I don't even know if I can handle the horror. So this is definitely outside my comfort zone. The next one is a tried and true favorite author, and that would be Janet Ivanovich. And the last one is a book new to you or a series that's new to you, and that would be the hand lettering series. So this month for Cozy Escape Club, Courtney and I had 3 suggestions. She did the regular 2, and I really loved this new hand lettering series. They had such great titles. Hold on, I will tell them to you. I don't think the book is going to win at the time that I'm recording this, but the first one is Who Shot the Serif? The second is In the Nib of Time, which if you didn't know, nibs are those little metal pointy things at the end of a calligraphy pen. And the third one is Kerning to Crime. And if you didn't know, kerning is the space in between each individual letters. And the fourth is Process of Illumination. And that's because usually when you do calligraphy, you do it on a light board so that you can see lines and you just have a better like sense of the guides and straight lines and everything else. And the fifth one is Script of All Dignity. These are like amazing titles. How could you not want to read them? So that is a series that is new to me, and I'm excited because I am a calligrapher, and I don't think I've ever seen, there was like one other like book about a stationery store, but that was it. So I'm excited to read these. All right, those are all of my Cozweek Readathon selections. I will recap them for you really quickly. The first one, book that made you feel cozy, ice cream recipe books. The second one, book that gives you a thrill. It was the first in the Veronica Speedwell series, a book you drink with tea, and that was the Tearoom Mysteries. The next one is a book you drink with coffee, and that was a tea focused book in a coffee series by Harper. And the next one is a book of your favorite genre, which is the Cheese Shop Mystery, the first book, The Long Quiche Goodbye by Avery Aames. And next is a book outside your comfort zone, and that was Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary. And then we have your tried and true favorite author, which is Janet Ivanovich. And then a new to you author or series, and that is the Hand Lettering series by Daisy Robyns. All right, make sure to post all of your suggestions over in the Cozy Escape Facebook group. I hope everyone's having a great holiday. I know it's the 4th of July, so you may not even be watching this, but I definitely wanted to get it up so you can see it. And I will be starting my Cozweek Readathon books tomorrow. All right, bye everyone.